Yeah, Shekharji here. Ekadashi Purna Navami.
So we have seen the previous Nama Ashtami. Now the next Nama in that series is Ekadashi. Like I was mentioning that the selection of these tithis in this Sahasranama reflects the concept of something called Pancha Parva,
Hmm.
the five holy days in a month for the worship. And between the Vaishnava Sampradaya and the Shakta Shaiva Sampradaya, the difference is that in the Vaishnava Sampradaya, Ekadashi Tithi will be added, whereas the Shakta Shaiva Sampradaya will have instead the Navami Tithi, right? So, uh, but Bhavani Sahasranama includes both. It includes both the Ekadashi as well as the Navami. Very interesting Nama is Ekadashi. Now, uh, in the Sanatana Dharma Sampradaya, we know the value of Ekadashi, especially in the Vaishnava this thing, that it is a day which is normally dedicated for fasting. Ekadashi is a vrata. So they normally, whoever undertakes this vrata, fast. Now, there are levels in which the fasting is observed. A very severe kind of vrata is where they don't even partake water. Okay, so not just that the previous Ekadashi was Nirjala Ekadashi, the day we celebrated uh, the Jayanti of Acharya
Abhinav
Abhinav
Gupta
Gupta.
Jayanti. Nirjala
So
Ekadashi.
there are certain sampradayas wherein every Ekadashi is treated or observed as a Nirjala Ekadashi.
Mhm.
Otherwise, water is allowed, nothing solid. Then we can keep adding to it. Then fruits will become an exception. Then some other kind of cooked things also will become an exception. So all that. So Ekadashi is normally associated with fasting. And the legend goes that Ekadashi is a form of Devi who manifested from the Sharira, from the heart of Mahavishnu, who was in the Yoga Nidra. She emerged out in order to destroy two demons who had come there to disturb the peace of Mahavishnu during his Yoga Nidra. Okay. And as a boon for her services, Ekadashi was given the status of a Tithi Devata by Mahavishnu and considered to be the dearest for uh, Vishnu, and therefore his devotees uh, observe the vrata during the Ekadashi. Right now, this is as far as the legend goes. Um, there are many such studies which shows that the the vrata observed on during the Ekadashi is considered to be most efficacious when it comes to maintain a kind of a balance in one's uh, prana shakti within one's body. Um, anyway, I think I will mention this now. What is this concept of tithi in uh, in our panchanga? We may be following any calendar. There are several types of calendars uh, across India. But basically, it will be either based on the movement of the sun or movement of the
Moon.
moon.
Solar
Okay, either
and
it is a
lunar.
Saurayana or it is or
Lunar.
Sauramana or it is Chandramana,
Hmm.
solar or the lunar calendar, right? There is
Yes.
something called something based on the movement of the Jupiter, which
Oh,
is called as Barahaspatiamana.
Hmm.
But I don't see it in practice. At least I'm not a very good at Jyotisha thing, so I don't know. But I don't think any of the calendrical system follows Barahaspatiamana. So in this, there are three entities which are very, very important: sun, moon, and the earth. Right? These are the three most important entities. There is a very interesting, kind of an correlation that exists between the three. That is why we say it. They are completely intermingled and have a profound effect on the life. What is it? We might have seen some of these in certain forwards and kind of thing, but in this context, let me put this is approximate but very, very close figures. See the distance between the earth and the moon. It is equal to arranging 108 moons next to each other. No, that the diameter of moon, if you multiply by 108, you get the distance between earth and the moon. Now again this number 108, okay, will come, which is the distance between the sun and the earth. The distance between the sun and the earth is 108 times the diameter of the sun. So if you arrange 108 suns next to each other, that is the distance between the earth and the sun. Okay? And third interesting correlation is the diameter of sun is 108 earth diameter. Okay? The diameter of the sun is 108 times the earth's diameter. So there is a kind of a sacred relationship between the sun, moon, and the earth, which our Vedanga Jyotisha considered to be most essential feature for what makes life possible on earth. And what is this number 108? For us, we know the value of the number 108. It is the Matrika Shakti or Matrika Aksharas, okay, from A to La, from La back to A to La is 50, La to A is 50, add 50 and 50, 100. Okay, then there are 8 divisions, the vowels, Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, Pavarga, Yara Lava, Shasha Saha Laksha. 8. So this is also used to count the japa. It is called as Akshamala. It is considered to be one of the most powerful ways to keep count in the japa. Okay, there is a procedure to use this. Now, coming to the subject matter. The srishti of the artha of the physical matter precedes the srishti of the shabda. Sorry, srishti of the shabda precedes the srishti of the artha. So the matrikas and the tattva, bhuvana, etc. Okay, they are closely linked because matrika is a kind of a mapping that is already taken place at the cognitive level, at the thought level, which is executed at the physical level in the form of the cosmos or the universe. So in this, what happens is these 3 elements, the sun, the moon, and the earth, they play a most important or a crucial role. Now coming to the tithi part. What is a tithi? A tithi is nothing but the degrees, okay, that the moon moves away from the sun, okay, and every 12th degree it moves is considered one tithi. Okay. So one tithi is moon moving away from the sun. See, away in the sense from the point of observation from the earth. Okay. The moon, because moon will appear to be moving faster than the sun. Right. So 12-degree shift of its movement from the sun is considered to be one tithi. So from Amavasya to Purnima, okay, it takes 15 tithis complete 180-degree shift. Balance, okay, from Purnima to Amavasya, it will take 15 tithis, okay, to go back to the point zero. The next month starts. So our calculation of month, masa, is in line and in sync, okay, with the observation of the cosmic bodies. Not something that has come out of the blue. Array, why should a month have 30 days? Because I want it to be 30 days. Chalo, go and may move it to something else
Yeah.
and it become 31.
Yeah.
Okay, there is nothing arbitrary in our system. There is a perfect reasoning and perfect logic in all these. So, a tithi is that movement of 12 degrees that the moon is observed away from the sun. And 16. So, now what we are having is total 15. Okay. And that entire thing is considered to be the sum, the total, okay, which is the 16. And now, how do we once again connect it back? We connect it back to the breath. We connect it back to the prana. Ideally, you will, a yogi, okay, who has perfected the kriya, he will require 16 counts for the prana shakti, okay, to, that is, I am not
Yeah.
talking about prana, apana as the two exhalation, inhalation thing. I'm talking about that subtle shakti which is there inside, which is the manifestation of the chitta. Okay. It will require 16, okay, matras or the time equivalent for traveling all the way up and for descending down back to the Mooladhara. This is described in the Kubjika Mata Tantra. So Kubjika Mata, actually it even breaks single uh, stage, or each of the 16 stages into equivalent. Sorry, what it does, it breaks the four stages, okay, into four subsequent stages, and it derives the 16 as a number. Let's not go to the detail. The whole point is this: the prana shakti's movement, okay, is also 16. 16 plus 16. Now, why 16 and not 15? Because in the Titiya, we spoke about 15, and here we are talking about 16. Is the 16th is considered to be the sum total. Okay, that entire 180-degree shift, okay, is considered to be the 16 or the Shodashi Kala. You will not observe it. Okay, but that Kala is considered to be the sum total of all. So, each Tithi is allotted one Devata. We saw the Ashtami Tithi Devata was Tvarita. Okay. Ekadashi Tithi Devata is called as Neelapataka. Like this, all the other this thing. For the 16, it will be Lalita Mahatripura Sundari herself who will be the Devata of the Tithi, because she is the sum total of all the other Swarupas.
Shekharji, this 16 is also the 16 vowels, correct? Or?
Yes, it is 16 vowels. Okay. That is why in the Vedas it says Shodashakala Purushaha. A man is the Shodashakala Purusha.
Correct. Okay.
He is comprising of the 16 kalas.
Hmm.
So it's all so detailed, sorry, so intricately linked with each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Even for that matter, when we look into the Puranic, this thing, um, the avatars. See, the concept of avatara does not exist within the Shaiva thing. It is there in the Vaishnava system, in the Vaishnava Puranic system. Okay. You will not find Shiva's manifestation as avatar. Because what is the meaning of avatara? Avatara means step down. In Hindi also, no? Avataran. Avataran means
Avatar.
coming down. So avatara is a concept of stepping down. So Mahavishnu, from his state of being a Paravasudeva, he steps down for functioning or for fulfilling certain requirements of the universe. So that stepping down is called as avatara. Okay. There, what they say is Rama and Krishna are considered to be Purna avatars. All the others are considered to be Amsha avatars. And this, for example, Narasimha or Vama. And there also, they say that this avatara has so many Amsha, this avatara is so many Amsha, and kind of. The calculation of Amsha is once again based on the 16 digits. They say Rama and Krishna are Purna because they are having all the 16 kalas. Whereas other avatars may have a few less in number. Okay. So it's a very good subject matter for a detailed study. The relation between the sun, moon, and the earth. Okay. The tithis, the breath. Okay. The concept of the
Concept of
Atma
time.
as a
I would say
Shodasha Kala,
time. Yeah.
time. Okay. All this interrelation, it's a very interesting subject matter. Now coming back to the Nama, Ekadashi. Ekadashi Tithi Devata is Nilapataga. And from the Adhyatma point of view, what does this Nama suggest? This Nama suggests that Devi is the source of all. Because Ekadashi, I think we did Ekadashi. Sorry, I
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
out.
Ekadashi we had done. Purna Navami.
So Ekadashi also refers to the 11th vowel, which is A, which is represented as a triangle. So that
Yeah.
is how we say that she is the source of all the creation. She is the Yoni. She is Jagat Yoni.
Yeah, we discussed
So
this.
the Ekadashi refers to her aspect of being the Jagat Yoni. Okay. All right. We go to the next Nama, which is Purna. Purna refers to the Purnima Tithi. Okay. The full. Now, where we find all the colors complete. That is why it is called as Purna. All right. So, in other terms, Devi is Purna. He is ever full because she does not suffer from, uh, we can say, the contraction caused by the raga, which actually brings in the concept of the apurnatva or incompleteness in us. Why do we feel incomplete? Which drives us to act. See, the whole driver for our action is our ultimate belief that we are incomplete. Incomplete in certain resources, whatever is that level of the resources. Okay. A person with an X amount of wealth will consider himself incomplete because he does not have a higher value of Y with him. So this entire driver for all the action is the sense of apurnatva. And that is caused by the uh, the kanchuka or the contraction called raga, right? So she is free from that because her domain is in the Shuddha Adva. Devi is in the Shuddha Adva, untainted by the Kanchukas. Therefore, she is ever complete, ever full. Now, there are two ways to look into the Nama Purna. Okay, one is absence of Purnatva, therefore she is Purna. Whatever we just saw now is an explanation from that point of view. Okay. The other is how do you define fullness? How do you define fullness? For this, Acharya Kshemaraja in the Pratibhigya Hridaya, he gives an analogy. If you are having, let's say, a huge cauldron of uh, cauldron filled with water, we have uh, any activity that needs to be done within that vessel, within that cauldron of this thing. Then all the activities are happening there only. Okay, it may be splashing by a kid. Okay, it may be okay, someone drawing water and still that not becoming empty. All right. So all the activities may happen within that. Therefore, it is called as the Purnatva. So it is the what to say, the state which allows every activity to take place without undergoing any modification or change. Therefore, it is Purna. Now, as per our system, all the actions, the substratum is Chaitanya or Chit. All the actions that is happening is because of the manifestation of Chit in different forms. Either it manifests itself as the observer or it manifests itself as the observed phenomenon. Since it is the Chit or Chaitanya, which is the ground for all of it, she is called as the Purna. So this is the explanation which Acharya uses there. And he also contrasts this by adding one more um, uh, term to refer to Devi, Atipurna and Atirikta. Chit is both Purna and Rikta. Now, Rikta is pertinent because subsequently we are going to see the Nama Amavasya or Ama. Ama refers to that Riktatva. Okay? If Purnima stands for fullness, Amavasya stands for emptiness.
Emptiness.
All right. So, what is this Atirikta? How do we explain Devi as Atirikta? Rikta is completely exhausted. There is nothing in it. Kind of things. She is considered to be Atirikta because in being the ground as consciousness for all the uh, manifestations and other activities which is done from the Bheda or Bheda point of view. Okay. She is unchanging reality, unchanging substratum. Okay. And there is no modification that can alter the nature of consciousness. All that is the vikalpas which makes us see the manifestation of consciousness differently. Our experiences, say for example, there are like 10 sweets put in front of you and you grade the 10 sweets as per your preferences. Now that is the thing. That preference is nothing but your vikalpa, which is nothing but a previous impression which is tainting your current judgment. Okay. By which you are able to grade, okay, sweet number 1 to sweet number 10. But this is what we call as the action of the vikalpas. Vikalpa do not taint or affect the ground reality, which is unchanging. Okay, Chit. So being untouched, being that which remains unchanging, she does not lose or gain anything in any of the cognitive moments. Since she does not gain anything, okay, in any of the thing, she is referred to as the Ati Rikta, ever empty. All right. So that is the uh, explanation which Acharya offers there. But anyway, so we now move on to the next Nama after Purna as Navami. So Navami, uh, normally it is considered to be very auspicious tithi for performing the Shakta Upasana. We have in Durga Saptashati Devi herself mentioning the tithis of Ashtami and Navami. Ashtamyam va, Navamyam va. Okay, on the Krishna Paksha Ashtami or Krishna Paksha Navami. When should you read or when should you chant the Durga Saptashati? Okay, so there are some of the tithis. So Krishna Paksha Ashtami and Navami are considered to be two tithis which are considered to be very auspicious. So Navami is normally an auspicious day for the performance of Shakta Upasana, but generally considered not suitable for the start of any new endeavors or new activities. Okay, uh, kind of things. Does not mean it is inauspicious. Okay, so there's a huge difference between some calling something inauspicious and something not being suitable. So Navami is not inauspicious tithi, as some of the some people understand it to be. Navami is not suitable for starting any new endeavor, whereas it is most suitable for the performance of certain activities apart from worship and all those things, certain activities. For example, for the Shastra Puja. Okay, uh, the preparation of the Shastra. Okay, making arms and ammunition. It is considered Navami is considered to be the best tithi to do that. So, Navami Tithi is considered to be good and auspicious for any preparations for the war and kind of things. Okay. Similarly, Navami is also considered to be good Tithi, okay, for certain other activities. But start of any business venture, start of any educational endeavors, kind of things. Navami is generally considered not suitable. That is as far as the tithi point of view is concerned. The tithi devata of Navami is Kula Sundari. Okay, Kula Sundari is Kula. Kula we know is a group of devotees. Okay, so one who cohesively binds the group, the sadhakas, together. Okay, is Kula Sundari. Sundari is apart from being beautiful and kind of thing, it is also used in the sense of the binding force. So one who binds the kula together. That's the meaning of the. So that is why it is considered to be very auspicious for the Shakta Upasana. And Shakta Upasana was encouraged to be done in smaller groups of very like-minded. So never large heterogeneous group was never encouraged. Okay. I Today we see that happening in many places. What will happen when the group is large and heterogeneous is you will completely lose the focus or attention on the the most important thing there, which is the worship. And mind gets diverted to all the other worldly and other things. Because you wanted to escape, you came, say for example, you came to Ram Katha or something like that. After coming here also, if your neighbor is going to be talking about your society elections, there is no point in coming to the Ram Katha at all. So the Kula is the group which is homogeneous. We are like-minded. That binding force is the Kula Sundari. And it is also considered to be that tithi, okay, which that is why uh, tithis such as the Mahanavami in the Navaratri, the Mahashtami and Mahanavami are considered to be very, very important, which is immediately followed by the Dashami, okay, which is Dashera. So Mahashtami and Mahanavami, okay, they are Ashtami because it is the fixed and the standard, okay, which does not undergo any change. So immutable aspect of Devi. And Navami because she ensures, okay, the uh, the cutting away, okay, from all the unwanted bondages and others. So that is why the Mahanavami, Tithi, which is considered to be the Durga slaying Mahisha. Okay, Durga Avirbhava is on the Ashtami and slaying of Mahisha happens in the Navami Tithi. So, okay, let's move on to the next Nama, Rakesh ji. Can you just move the page?
Chatdashmi.
Chaturdashi.
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 Chaturdashi. Navami cha Chaturdashi. Chaturdashi. Like this is the next in the uh, uh, Parvas, one of the Parvas. Chaturdashi, which is Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi. Okay. Chaturdasha is 14th. So Devi is the Chaturdashi Kala, which is called as uh, the Chitra. Okay. Ah, yeah. Tithi Nitya is no, I'm sorry. Sorry. Chaturdashi Tithi Nitya is Devi Jwala Malini. Okay, she is Devi Jwala Malini. And Jwala Malini is a very beautiful equivalent in English is firewall. Okay, she's like she builds the fire, a fortress of fire around you. Okay, that is why she is called as Jwala Malini. Okay, a garland of fire. So she is acting like a firewall, and she protects the sadhakas in their sadhana from external disturbances. There is a very interesting episode in Lalitopakhyan. Lalitopakhyan is part of Brahmanda Purana, but now we are not able to see in the current editions of Brahmanda Purana Lalitopakhyan being there. But independently, Lalitopakhyan as a text is available. So in the Lalitopakhyan, it describes uh, the legend behind the manifestation of Devi Lalita or Mahatripura Sundari. So there is a demon by name Bhandasura. Okay, Bhandasura actually originates from the ashes of Manmatha, who was burned by Shiva. Okay, when Manmatha disturbed his penance in the groves uh, of Himalayas. So the entire legend of the manifestation of Lalita Tripura Sundari is what the Lalitopakhyan is all about. So skipping all that and just coming to the point. So Devi Lalita is marching towards the army of the Bandhasura. Okay, with her army, which is called as Shakti Sena. Okay, comprising of all female warriors. That is why it is Shakti Sena. the commander-in-chief of the army is Devi Varahi. Rajashyamala or Matangi is the minister, the prime minister. Devi Lalita being the Maharagni, no, the empress herself. At one point, what happens is the Vandasura's brother, brothers, two brothers, Vishukra and Vishanga, they try to create a lot of disturbances by using sorcery and others. At one stage, Ganapati intervenes and removes the obstacles. That is why he is given the position of being Vignaharta, the remover of the obstacles. Then, when still it continues in other forms, Devi wants the Shakti Sena to be protected. So she invokes the Tithi Nitya Devata of Chaturdashi Tithi, which is called as Jwala Malini, who creates a ring of fire around the Shakti Sena.
Hmm.
Now, this is the story element part of it. But when it's Tathya, which is the Tattva of this particular thing, is explained, Jwala Malini is being in the world, how you can stay undisturbed.
Hmm.
Okay, that fire, okay, is not a fire of isolation. It is a fire, okay, of burning inquiry, which will help you stay grounded while you are engaging in the world. Now, engagement with the world, how do we come to know? This is why the mantras have to be received by proper Upadesha in a good Guru Parampara so that the Guru can explain. I'll give you the explanation which was given to me. The mantra of this thing of Dwala Malini, it's a long mantra. But the key aspect of the mantra is the presence of 7 rephas, 7 ra. Okay, ra ra, ra ra, ra ra ra, which will be there in the mantra. Okay, ra ra, ra ra, ra ra ra. So 2, 2, 3. So 7. Okay, and this has to be understood. There is a clue in the mantra to be understood as twice. So 7 into 2, 14. 7 into 2, 14. Now 14 also stands for, I know it is different from uh, our understanding of the Bhuvanas, which is 118. But the word 14 stands for Bhuvana. Okay? From the Puranic conceptualization, there are 7 above and 7 below. Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya. 7. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala. 7. 7 plus 7. Okay? 7, 7. Totally 14.
14.
So, Rara, Rara, Rara is upper 7. The other second time is the lower 7. Put together is a 14.
Hmm.
And there are other aspects in the mantras which shows that it is the fire of, and jnana is fire. Even in Bhagavad Gita, we come across this analogy. Okay? Jnanagnihi bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. So jnana is always equated with fire.
Fire.
So this fire of inquiry keeps the person grounded, whichever bhuvana he is, whichever bhuvana the sadhaka resides. Okay? So he is there in the bhuvana, yet he is completely protected from the influence of that, okay, before it even disturbs. So that is the great grace of Devi Jwala Malini, which she bestows upon the sadhaka. So she protects the sadhaka, okay, to be ever steadfast in his sadhana. Okay, so that is why certain tithis are chosen like this. So Chaturdashi Tithi is chosen for this particular reason. So it is the day of grounding. Okay, that is a day which helps us remain grounded while we also continuously engage, not escape, but engage with the world. All right. So she is the Chaturdashi Tithi. Chaturdashi Amakala.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have Shekharji Jwalaji temple in Kashmir also.
ah,
Yeah, Jwalaji, and I remember that it is
Yeah,
we
Ashad.
celebrate Chaturthi.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. Ashad Shukla Pash Chaturthi.
Chaturthi. Yes, we
Chaturdashi
celebrate.
is her day. Correct.
Yeah, we celebrate, and that is our Kuldevi also, Jwalaji.
yeah, I know. I think I have uh, Mula Durga has certain fivefold manifestation. Okay,
Okay.
we also have that in our Upasana. When the Mula Durga mantra is chanted, we will chant along with the Mula Durga mantra. Okay, her fivefold manifestation also, which
Oh,
is number one is the Mula Durga herself.
Mm.
Then comes Sharda, then comes Sharika, then comes Jwala,
hmm.
then comes Bagala,
Baglamukhi.
Bagalamukhi.
Yes.
Okay, they are considered to be Pancharatneshwaris.
Mm-hmm.
Lalita Tripura Sundari also has her own Pancharatneshwari mantras. For the Mula Durga mantra, the Pancharatneshwaris are saying. So that is why Sharada, Sharika, and Jwala
Jwala.
are manifestation of Durga.
Oh.
So this
Shekharji,
Sharada should
can you
not
repeat
be.
these five again? Sorry.
Mula Durga is one.
Okay.
Sharika,
Sharada, Sharika,
Sharika,
Jwalaji,
Jwalaji, and Baglamukhi.
Bagalamukhi.
Yes.
So we have to chant the mantras of these devatas as a part of the japa.
Except Baglamukhi temple, all are in Kashmir, in Srinagar. But
Bagalamukhi
Baglamukhi.
definitely will be there.
Bagalamukhi is
One
there.
cannot
Bagalamukhi
mix.
is there. Jishta Devi.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That set is always complete.
Yeah. Bagalamukhi is Jeshta Devi.
Jeshta Devi. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
And Bagala will be the Ashtami Tithi.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Ashtami. Correct.
So the next Nama is Ama.
Amma.
Ama is the
Amavasya.
Amavasya. Okay. Ama also has another thing. The poison. Ama also means poison. Poison, okay, probably the English word is misleading. Visha. Okay. The Visha. What is Visha? In the Vijnana Bhairava, we have a usage of this word Visha, okay, to indicate Parabhairava himself. Bhairava is referred by the word Visha. The word Visha means Vishilru Vyaptav, comes from the dhatu Vishilru Vyaptav, that which is completely pervaded. Okay, that which is completely pervaded. Therefore, Parabhairava is Visha. Then how do we use this to refer to the poison? See, we know that there are only two types of toxins. Okay, either it is a hemotoxin or it is a neurotoxin. Only two types of toxins. Either it affects your blood flow or it will affect your nervous system. Okay, so this is how even the snakes are classified from the healing perspective. Okay, certain snakes poison is hemotoxin, certain snakes poison is neurotoxin. All right. This very interestingly, this classification is also there in the Kashyapa Samhita. Kashyapa Samhita is one text which is dedicated about poisons. Okay, it's about toxicology. it speaks about Garuda mantras, no? And it's it has threefold. See, this thing, Mani Mantra Aushadha. You can cure exclusively or using the combination of the three. Mani, Mantra, Aushadha. Aushadha, we know, is the medicine.
Medicine.
Mantra, Mani, gemstones. So that Kashyapa Samhita deals with the various kinds of poisons, classifies snakes and kind of thing. There it mentions, okay, certain snakes poison affecting the blood and certain other thing. It does not use the word nervous system. Okay, it uses the word muscular activity.
Mhm.
Okay, it uses the word muscular activity, which is nothing but an offshoot of the nervous collapse, right? So it is Visha is used in the sense of poison because it spreads. You know, when it spreads completely, so the larger the spread, okay, the greater is the damage to the body. Till it reaches a point when the organs stops functioning. That is why it is called as Visha. Okay. So Ama is another word for Visha. And the Ayurveda says that we are continuously generating Ama. We are continuously generating Ama or poison or toxin if we are not following the proper Dinacharya and the Ritucharya. Dinacharya is how you should conduct your daily activity. Ritucharya is how you should conduct yourself in the particular season. So we don't have only one kind of activity. We have 6 types of daily activities for 6 specific seasons. So what you should be doing in summer, you cannot be doing in spring. You cannot be doing what you are doing in spring in the winter. So this concept of Dinacharya and Ritucharya is there in the... If a person does not correctly follow it, then what happens? Whatever he consumes leaves behind the Ama. Okay, leaves behind the Ama, the poison. The greater the Ama, accumulation in the body, higher the possibility of diseases. Okay, so the Ayurveda's entire viewpoint or approach to health is to adjust your daily activities so that the generation of Ama is the minimal. It is at the minimal level. And normally the old Vaidyas, they will check, okay, how much Ama this person has accumulated by 2 things. By testing the Nadi. Okay, they will test the Nadi and they will check the tongue. They will check the tongue. Okay, so these are the 2 indicators for the Vaidyas to find out how much Ama is accumulated by a person. So, Ama is therefore the accumulation, and you will also find this word in the same sense used, but we don't even, we are not even aware. See, there is a mantra which I am sure most of you must have chanted or heard. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha. What is the meaning of niramayaha? Absence of Ama is niramaya. Okay, absence of this physical poison in the body. In sense, niramaya means being healthy. Okay, niramaya means being healthy. So when you say sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhagha. Okay, so when we call Devi as Ama, One is, we have already seen Atirikta, in that sense, she is Ama. But at the Adhyatma level, she is the Ama because if you consider her, okay, everything as the form of Chit, then Ama in the spiritual sense is the accumulated Vikalpas. Because it is the Vikalpa or Samskara, whatever we want to say, which is actually driving your next karma.
From our previous births, Shekharji?
Previous
Can.
births, in this births, okay.
Mm.
So all our successive
Because.
karma is dictated by these Vikalpas. So that accumulated Vikalpa is the Ama. So it is Devi who is the accumulated form of this thought constructs. So while we are dealing with the Nama Matrika, we have seen this. She is Matrika because she is this thought construct. So if you approach her, okay, with humility, she can free us from the Vikalpas. At the same time, it is she or the thought constructs which is binding us to the world also. So it is the same Shaktis. Okay, if we are aware, it liberates. When we are not aware, it binds. So as the sum total of all the Vikalpas, okay, she can both liberate if we become aware and keep binding us if we are completely ignorant about this. Okay, so she is that sum total of all the Vikalpas. So she is Ama. Next is, I think we are going to the next concept, which we will start in the next session.
Yeah, Kalahasta.
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 Sure, Shekharji.
Okay.
We will do it next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very interesting session today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Namaskar.